The sun begins to set and close out the day, and the moon begins to rise. It says hello as the sun says goodbye. The birds ride the wind and know where they're to go. They're just cruising by, singing a song or two for you and I. The ocean meets the sand and whispers to it too, come dance with me and lose yourself deep in the sea. Oh, the world, it works so beautifully together. Oh, the world, it seems in harmony. Why can't you and I live together in harmony? The butterfly emerges from deep within the cocoon. It was hiding for a while, getting ready to show its beauty and change. The winds begin to blow and dance with the trees and twirl the leaves around as they dance in the sunlight. The rain, it begins to fall and everything washes off, all shiny and new, just like me and you. When we were once born, the world is there together as one. The world is there together in harmony. Why can't we live together and understand who we are? Why do wars make us better when we feel like we are hurt? Why can't we love one another and give it all a chance to dance? The world, it flows so beautifully. It dances with the planets and the stars light the way. And the universe says, you are one with me. Why can't we learn to live together as one? Why can't we learn to love everyone? Oh, the world is in harmony if we follow the sun and moon and stars in the universe and dance as one. in harmony, in harmony, you and me.
Well, happy Sunday, Funday here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center, and we are welcoming all of you all across the nation, all across the world, and we are tuning in. Wow, it's January 12th, 2020, and the world's been going through some changes. Mother Earth, people have been going through changes. The planets, they're going through some big changes too. So that made me stop and wonder, what changes are you going through? And what do you need to let go of? What do you want to release? What do you need to resolve? What do you need to recalibrate in your life? This is a day that reflection is so important. It's a day for all of us to take stock in some of the experiences that we've had. I had a conversation on a group earlier today about a lot of old memories coming up, dreaming of old people that you haven't seen in years, thinking of people that we are no longer in contact with, memories coming up that are, well, just stirring up inside of you. So wherever you are in this journey, it is truly a bubbling up, a time to release, to renew yourself, to restore yourself to your highest capacity. You know, there's a lot of life that's been dumbing us down. We've kind of fallen victim to the stories that we've been telling for years. It's time to let go of the story. It's time to literally, well, just be done. Be done with the things that no longer serve you as an experience and recalibrate them. Begin to see them in a different light. You see, if you keep seeing things the same way, if you choose to interpret the happenings around you in a particular way, you can't envision something different. So you have to take a step back. You have to really take a good step back and take a good look at where you are and what you've created in your experience and how you can be a catalyst for change. This can all play out one way or the other in 2020. You who ask for change can be the catalyst of change. Or maybe you who wants change will be resistant to change. You'll hold yourself locked into the same story, tell everyone your story, live the story, have that moment of sorrow and despair that the story's not changing. And then the universe, hearing the need, the desire, the crying out to the heavens, say to you, well, we need to help this human out. Bring in the change. And sometimes that change, however necessary, can get very sticky and very uncomfortable. So do you want to be caught in the crossfires of uncomfortability, or would you absolutely love to be the person directing the energy of your intention and allowing the change to come, but with an intention and a vision of what the future will be for you? Now, it's possible through the accumulation of energy, experiences, words, thoughts, patterns that you yourself have created and engaged in with other people, that some things, in order to unstick them, to pry them apart, we just might get a little uncomfortable. But given the opportunity to pick where I jump and how I land, as opposed to just getting pushed off the cliff and not knowing what's coming, I'd rather jump. I'd rather create that energy, that momentum, and not be at the effect of an accumulation of angst and disappointment and frustration, and maybe years that haven't worked. So many of you have shared with me that 2017, 2018, 2019, for many of you, were, well, interesting. For some of you, a challenge. Some of you have gone through tremendous financial crisis. Others, health crisis. Some of you, both of those crises. So what can we do to change our mindset? How can we set an intention? How can we redirect our thoughts and get ourselves to where we want to be when all we are living is a story that seems to have engulfed us, and we don't know how to find our way out. We're going to answer some of those very important questions for you today, because the New Year's woo is kind of starting to wear down already. Woo, it's 2020. Heck, it's the middle of the month already. Nothing's changed. You're the catalyst for change. So I thought today, let's build up this energy and let's create the shift together. Let's set intentions. So I'm going to ask you, what is it that you want to release? What would you love to release in 2020? We're just new into the year, so what are we letting go of? Think about how you can let go of something that no longer serves you. What might that be? And what do we need to break down and go through? What obstacles do we need to jump over or barrel through to get to where we want to be? And then how do we renew? How do we restore? How do we recalibrate ourselves to align with the heavens? To feel that oneness with the divine supreme source? How do you do that? Let's take a look at some of the obstacles that you may have faced this year. I know sometimes we just want to put our heads down and go, oh Lord, what a story that is. But it's okay. We want to look and see where we've been and also see how far you've come. Even if you're not where you want to be at this juncture, you've come far. You have done an amazing job just navigating all of this. So give yourself that pat on the back. Make sure that you know that you appreciate you and that you've done a great job. But now you want to experience, you want to feel something better. It's about the feeling. It's about understanding that you're the creator in this experience and you're the force that can create everything that you desire. So what are we going to break through? Is there a financial obligation that we want to shift and change? Is there a health issue that we want to take a look at and redesign something in our health? Is there something that we need to heal physically, mentally, emotionally? Are there relationships that have been destroyed over time that need to either be mended, an understanding come to be, or we just need to let it go? We need to walk away. What is it that you want to break through? How can you navigate that? Recognize what your obstacle may be. The perceived obstacle, it's usually not as big of a mountain as you think it is. We've got a couple of molehills running around, but it's not quite the mountain. And there are many ways to overcome what appears to be permanent. It's all tied up into your thought process. And what is it that you need to release? What hurt, what pain, what angst, what disappointment, what relationship, what experience? What is weighing your heart down? Because if we can just take a look at what is weighing down your heart, if we can examine the feelings around that, maybe the self-criticism, maybe the judgment of another, whatever it is that is bringing that hurt, that disappointment, that unresolved outcome. Maybe we don't have closure in a relationship with someone. It's okay. It happens. But you can create your own closure even without the person there. And you may say, but Sarah, how am I going to know? How will I know what they would say to me? I want to hear what they have to say to me. I want to know why. But if you settle yourself down and go down deep in your soul, and you envision, you see them before you in your mind, in your heart, and you begin to have a talk, even though they're not physically there, you may find that resolution, that peace, that knowing that it's okay and everything did work out for your highest good. It's not always easy, and we know that. But in order to move forward, we have to let go of the past. So when I first began, I was talking about how many people are experiencing a lot of old memories coming back up, even people physically reaching out for each other that haven't talked in a while. We're closing out a karmic cycle that's been going since 1982. Some of you watching this feed, well, maybe you weren't even born. Others, it was at a critical, pivotal moment in your life. And now, fast forward from 82, all these years, whatever took place, it's time to release that and to start anew. And to say in this moment of now, that chapter, that experience, those experiences, those peoples, those expressions of who I was then are no longer who I am. Those people are not in my life in the same way, nor do they define me. They were essential for my evolution and my growth. The positive experiences, the positive people, and the people who maybe, well, we had a little rough patch. But it's all good. It's time to start again. It's time to close out cycles that no longer serve you. That is what this weekend, this lunar eclipse really represented. The closing out of the solar eclipse that took place on December 25th, that was kind of shining a light and burning out of old expressions, giving you a clear platform to start anew. And this first lunar eclipse of 2020 is like that final call, all aboard. The karmic train is taking off. And you need to leave your old karmic junk at the train station. Don't take that bag on the next run. It's a whole new opportunity. The energy is supporting each one of you for the change. And I know Mr. Fear is going to start to whisper. But pay it no mind. You're strong enough to do whatever you desire to do. You are brave and courageous. And you have a gift inside of you, unique unto you, and one need not compare nor judge another, because you have your own path to walk. You do amazing things in your experience. This is a chance to fine-tune it. But you know the definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing and oops, expect a different result. Not happening. So now that we recognize that, come on. Leave the bag at the station. Go without a suitcase. Or just bring an empty tote. We'll pick up some new experiences along the way. 2020 promises to be a year of great fruition. A great time for you to step into your personal light. But to know thyself will be critical in these times. To know what your beliefs are, your truth, to know what fills your heart. And to stop coming from this analytical, critical, controlling, directive mind that is murked with illusions and experiences that have defined you because you were either told or you experienced something based on the play of another. Now you're designing your own play. And it's not created in the mind, which can play tricks, can be so powerful that it can kind of shift what actually happened, so that when we chose to replay that experience, we find ourselves seeing something different than someone else. And no two people will ever experience and see something exactly the same, even if they're right there at the same time. This is a time when this train gets off for 2020 and it's all aboard. You start free. You start fresh. You got to let it go. You want to be open. You want to be honest with yourself. You want to know who you are in this journey. And you want to rely not on the mind, not on the past experiences and conditions and trainings and limitations and illusions. Oh, did you ever want to drop down in your heart and make your heart sing? Now's the time. Now's the time to feel the essence of who you are and to really drop into your heart space and choose with your heart. I know many of you in matters of love and relationships, You say, oh, when I think with my heart, I always get in trouble. I didn't ask you to think with your wounded heart. Your wounded heart is playing the tapes of past experiences that made you feel less than, not good enough, not valuable, abandoned, unworthy. I'm asking you drop down into your God heart, your source heart, your oneness, and you truly experience who you are. The essence of you come alive and cast away the experiences that have been weighing you down. Your spirit is as free as a bird, as light as the wind, as bright as the sun, and illuminates the darkness just like the moon. Your essence is as beautiful as a flower on the first day of spring on its first bloom, as sweet as the nectar of a fruit. It is unique. Learn to feel what that feels like. Leave your bag at the station. It's all okay. We're going to start an amazing journey in 2020. We're kicking off with all of you. We're kicking off knowing that when this train takes off, we're going on high speed. We're going to soar through the mountains, over the tracks, and we're going to go to places that we've never gone before. We're going to experience the greatness of who we are. All aboard. It's time to take this ride on your train of life and let it go. Let go all that you don't want to take with you, because you've got the power. You've got the essence of source inside of you. And we've got a new year, and we cannot wait to start this ride with all of you and explore the beauty, the magnificence, and all the gifts that you bring to the world. Well, today's the day. We're going to answer your questions right here on Facebook, on YouTube. We're going to answer and connect to all of you and see where this ride's going to take us. But I ask you this: stand in your truth. Drop down in your heart, not the wounded heart. Feel the essence of the joy of the oneness. Choose from that heart, from that inspiration, from that source connection, because you are going to have the most magnificent year of your life when you are one with your heart. Well, we've got quite a few people here with us on Facebook. So glad to see all of you. I do hope that you continue to share the page and share the experience, and I hope that you join us this Wednesday night right here at the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza, live 6 to 8 p.m. We are going to be answering questions in the audience. Get your ticket, your free admission pass at SarahSpiritual.com. I would love to have you here and have you share in this wonderful time that we're all going to have. And we're going to physically toast in the new year, all of us. Well, let's go to our questions and see who's got some questions for us. We've got quite a few people in the feed here. I've got Isabella Torres, Monique Gill. We've got some shares going on the page. Melanie Rose Ruiz, good to see you. Phoenix Rose. We've got everybody here. And we are tuning in and tapping in and really zoning in. And we're going to do a collective reading right here for all of you. We're going to tap in with these beautiful cards that we've selected. And then we're going to go to your individual questions. We're going to see who's got a question for us. We're going to really take a good look. So we've got some magnificent cards here. We've got our Mother Mary cards. We've got our Archangel Gabriel cards today. And we've got the Divine Feminine cards. Then off to the side, we've got our Mystic Wisdom cards. And then somewhere over here, I've got some other surprise cards for all of you. So I think we're going to have quite the full deck. And I think I'm playing with a full deck here in 2020, so at least I think we're okay. So let's take a look and see what we've got. I'm going to kind of shuffle these cards up. We've got our Mother Mary cards, and they represent the divine energy of our Divine Mother, Source God Mother, feminine energy. So we are going to select from this pile, and we're going to take 3 of our Mother Mary cards. I just love speaking words of wisdom, let it be. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And let it be, we've got our divine feminine cards, and I love these cards. They're so beautiful. We're going to select 3 from here. We just love these cards. I got a feeling we've got some really good messages here. So we're going to take 3 cards from this. There we go. For our collective reading for all of us here in the group. And as we're getting ready to put these cards down, if you share the page, I greatly appreciate it. And we've got our Archangel Gabriel. We love hearing from the angels. We love hearing from Archangel Gabriel, giving us our creativity and our wisdom and our messages. So we're going to take 3 cards from Archangel Gabriel. So our collective reading is going to have 9 cards, and then we have 2 other decks to pull from for all of you. So I know that we are going to have a spectacular reading. And I want to get a sense of what Spirit wants us to know, besides what I shared with you in the opening monologue, so that we are in alignment with our destiny for 2020. So we are going to start with our Mother Mary cards. And our Mother Mary cards tell us truth, Our Lady of Truth. So we were saying when we first tuned in that we want to be true to ourselves. We want to know who we are, your own personal truth. So Mother Mary says that at this time, at this juncture on this planet, for mankind, truth is important. And remember, each individual has their own version of truth. So we must tap into the universal truth, which is the source code of all the universal laws. We must be in tune with that and know our own heart and self so that we can be true to our beliefs and our experiences and honor ourselves in this world. And then the next card from Mother Mary is this beautiful Our Lady who prevents interference. So if you feel you have blockages and obstacles, take a good look at what they are and ask for Mother Mary, who will prevent the interference. Ask her to be of assistance to you. Ask her to help move these obstacles with you and to give you the insight and the clarity so that you can kick through the wall, kick through the door, and keep it moving, because Mother Mary is here to support us at this time, and she is the lady who prevents this interference. So we need to know where we are, know what the obstacles may be, not give them the power, and envision it differently. And sometimes we need to give things a good swift kick in the you-know-what, just to get it moving. And then Our Lady of Soul Birth. This is a time of renewal. How appropriate. And the beginning of the year, we are pulling a card of renewal, renewing who we are, revitalizing, restoring. We've got to release the old patterns so that we can be tuned into our essence and renew our connection with Source. It never goes away, but we do want to renew it and just connect it up so that we are always one. So we've got truth, we've got preventing those obstacles and interference, and we have Our Lady of Soul Birth. So we're going through major transformation and major recognition of truth and what is important to you. And so now we're going to go to our Divine Feminine cards for the group. And I know that these have a powerful message. And the first card up is the Mystic of Peace. I am peace, and when my mind is clear, the way is clear. So we need to be at peace to make the right choices. And how appropriate again is this card for this time, with all that is going on across the world and all that's going on within individuals as they prepare to release old patterns, and they are negotiating and settling out old human karmic debts. We need to find center, and we must be in the energy of peace. So we have that right here for us. And then our next card, which is a powerful one, is the Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived and I'm here and I will always be in love. So she is outside the story. She is the energy of the vision of source energy, the holistic vision, the God vision, the soul vision. She is the outside of the experience of the human experience. She is void of the human conditioning, and she is always in the energy of divine love. So we know we need peace, we need love. This is so powerful for all of you. And then we have the warrior saint. I am the warrior of love, and my devotion attracts resources and support, because sometimes we need to step into our truth, our power, and our courage. And we need to stand up for what we believe in. We need to stand on the side that supports our truth and what we wish to have in our lives. And we need to call upon the angels and the saints to assist us in some of the battles that we have to do in life, some of the negotiations, some of the rough patches. We need a little assistance, and we have the powerful energy of the warrior saint here. And then we have our Archangel Gabriel cards. Let's see what the messages are from Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel is, of course, about communication and messages. So for those of you who are writing or want to write, from the writers group, create or join a writers group to gain inspiration, friendship, and support. So perhaps you want to work with others to write short stories or connect and do some automatic writing. This is a great time to channel the messages of Archangel Gabriel and have support of others and communicate through the messages of writing. So we have Archangel Gabriel here as well. And then we have media. So in the media, you can reach more people by working with video, audio, print, and online media. So obviously Archangel Gabriel's in the know of social media. And thank you, Archangel Gabriel. I think we are doing exactly what you would like us to do at this time. But for those of you who need to branch out and make connections and communication, utilize all the sources of communication and media that are there for you, and really take your message, take your brand, take your heart, your truth, your soul, and put it out there and attract your tribe, attract your community, attract the people that are going to be one with you. And together, whatever the topic, whatever the desire, you can create a movement, you can create change. You have the power to do that. And Archangel Gabriel's also encouraging us all to retreat. Take time to block out distractions, spend quiet time alone so you can focus on your priorities. Interesting, I was just having this conversation earlier. Sometimes you need to block out some time and just lock yourself up to hear your own thoughts and really drop down into your heart and think, what is it that I desire and what is next for me? So for those of you who are feeling that push, Archangel Gabriel is saying, now's the time. Find a way, make a way, and create that sacred retreat space for you. So we have a very powerful, powerful opening for all of you. And I do feel that we've got some valuable messages. And I think it's so on point with what we want to create in this beginning of 2020. I'm just going to leave these here because I want them to serve as reference as we begin to give individual messages, because I do believe that many of you really needed to hear exactly what we pulled. And if you really needed to hear exactly what we pulled, tell me in the feed. I want to hear some feedback for you. Now remember, I said we have another deck of cards. So we are going to take out this beautiful deck of cards, which is our wonderful mystical wisdom cards. And I want everyone to focus on their intention. I want you to focus on everything that you desire. And we're going to pull 2 cards. So that will mean that we have pulled a total of 11 cards from these 4 different decks. So we're going to pull 2 cards, and this represents the mass consciousness that is a part of our group right here, right now. What do we as a collective conscious group need to know? Or what is an answer to the cumulative questions that are here in our energetic feed at this moment on our Spiritually Speaking with Sarah Sunday Funday in our Vibe Tribe. So let's see what we've got. I'm going to pick 2 cards. Everyone take a nice breath. Let's focus. Not even going to look. I'm just going to let my little hands just kind of do the talking. Okay, we got 2 cards for all of us, the collective group that is here with us right now. First card is the Dragon. Discover your courage. So some of you have a lot you want to tackle in 2020, but you're going to have to find your dragon. You might have to spit out some fire and just clear the way. But this is the time that you can create what you want. You want to find your courage. So we need courage in this group. And it's really a powerful time here. So we've got this. And then we have our dragonfly. I see a theme here. Live life to the fullest. The dragonfly is a very transformational insect, and we love the fact that the dragonfly has such personality and represents transformational change. And so knowing that we have a dragon that's asking us to step into our courage and a dragonfly that is going to ask us to live life to the fullest means that it's time to step into your dreams, everyone on this feed. It is time for us to tap in, find our courage, and to please live your life to the fullest and dream your dreams. Well, I think we've got some really good messages. Helena, what do you think?
Yeah, and it's funny, we were just talking about the little dragon that we had here at the center.
Yes.
The person who bought it said they loved it so much, and we're going to get some more. So.
Yes, yeah, that was a beautiful. You should put that dragon picture in the feed for them if you can grab that somewhere from your collection, because that dragon was spectacular. Helena did a great job of taking the picture. We'll get some more in about a week. And dragon is very important in the feng shui, so we kind of had a session with someone who is connected to feng shui, one of our students, Karen, and she's often on these feeds as well. And so she was saying that one puts the dragon in a particular part of the home to shift the consciousness of the prosperity. I'm like, line up the dragons, Karen. So we made sure we got a dragon, we put it in place, and so we're going to encourage all of you as we learn different tools from our very talented, gifted people who are part of our community. I love sharing, and we're going to continue to share their expertise with all of you. That's one of the changes you're going to see in 2020. You're going to notice us featuring more teachers and individuals who are bringing some knowledge and wisdom right here in the center so that you can be a part of the experience. So we are looking forward to you joining us. And we just made a decision that on the 28th of January, oh my goodness, I'm jumping a month, the 28th of January, we are going to be hosting an angel class working with the 4 archangels. So if you want to know who's your angel and what archangel is working with you, how you work with the different archangels, the directions that they govern, then please take this class with us. We don't have it posted yet, but look out for the notification. If you're not on our mailing list, please follow the mailing list, as this way you don't miss anything. And don't forget Wednesday night, we've got this big experience here at the center. We'd love to have as many people live here at the center as we can fit. That's why we said please register, so you're sure to have a spot to sit. All right, Helena, how are we doing here?
I got the little dragon. He's kind of blocking you, but...
Oh, I love
the
dragon can block
there.
me anytime. Yes, that's a beautiful dragon. I love that dragon.
He has a gem too, but I'm waiting for that picture to download.
Yes, he's got like an amber gem, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful gem. Yes, he's beautiful.
The other picture doesn't want to download yet, it looks like.
Okay.
That's okay though. But you can see it on the Expedito Instagram page. On
our Instagram page for the Expedito, we should put the link to that or the spelling.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes people have SarahSpiritual Instagram. Follow us on SarahSpiritual. Follow us on the Expedito Enlightenment Center. And some people are like, Exca who? Like someone said to me, why did you name your store Exca who? I'm like, well, Expedito Enlightenment Center. It's a good story, but Expedito really expedites things in your life. And that particular connection was great for me when I met my teacher. So I named the center a name that a lot of people have difficulty pronouncing, but is Expedito Enlightenment Center. But if you Google Sarah Spiritual, it'll come up and save you the trouble, and you just come on down to West Palm Beach and visit us at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in this wonderful plaza called the Tree of Life Plaza. Helena, you got questions going on here?
Do I have questions?
Yeah. And what's the feedback been on the group here? Who's coming on Wednesday? I need to know who's coming with us on Wednesday. Who's going to be with us?
Shirley's on board.
Shirley's on board. Great.
I didn't see anybody else comment. Y'all better be coming.
I hope everyone's coming. Who's coming? You know what? Fly on in. Join us. I want people to get on the plane. Get on the plane. Let's go.
People got on a plane before. It doesn't mean you can't.
I know. We've had people fly in just for class. It's so cool. Absolutely. So who do we have here?
Everybody's kind of like all over the place here. So
got a lot of questions. Right?
Oh yeah. I want to start with this one here. This is Elizabeth Menard.
Elizabeth Menard. Okay.
Yeah, she's asking, what should I expect from this relationship? This is her and another man. She's asking, am I holding on to what the universe is trying to pull me from?
You know, Elizabeth, the first thing that I am made aware of is that this is a time for you to really reap the rewards of what you have accomplished and what has been important to you. Elizabeth, if you don't let go of this individual by next year and it's not meant to be, it will get ripped from you. This individual is a very free person as far as their way of life and their experiences, and I feel as if there's some miscommunication, misunderstanding. I don't think the universe is trying to pull you apart. I believe you're recognizing the vibrational disconnect and the mismatch, and you need to ask yourself, is this where I want to be 3 years from now, 5 years from now? Is this the vibration that is going to allow me to expand who I am? Because I don't feel that this person is going to grow and change the way you desire to. So we're going to have, if there's imbalance here, as I see, we're going to have a greater disconnect and imbalance as time moves on. So the universe isn't going to necessarily pull the person from you. They're just asking you to notice what you notice and make a choice for your highest good and believe you're worthy of something different, better, and a better connection for you. So just trust this process. If you don't come to a close on your own, it will start to unwind next year unless this individual makes a dramatic shift in their consciousness, which is possible because everyone has that opportunity to step into their divine presence. I'm feeling communications off, I'm feeling misalignment, and maybe even some illusion where things aren't necessarily being completely truthful or upfront in the storyline. So Elizabeth Menard, it is a growing experience, so go ahead, baby, grow and see what you want, and then if it's not a vibrational match or what you desire, let it go, and everything will work out perfectly. You deserve to have everything you want in a relationship. Thank you. That's a great question. Who else do we have?
Next, I have Lakeisha Garner-Thomas. She says, starting this 2020, am I missing something? I don't want to miss any great opportunities.
You know, Lakeisha, you're not missing anything yet, but careful not to look back and compare past experiences. You have a whole new clean slate for yourself. And you as well are really in this place of expansion. So in this place of expansion, recognize what you enjoyed in this past 2019 and what you did not enjoy. There is an opportunity that comes for you for career, work, adventure. This is how they word it, career, work, adventure. So there's something a little different, adventurous, stretching outside your comfort zone a bit. And that comes around the time between February and March. So I don't think you've missed anything. I think you are just trying too hard to find something. Have you ever lost anything, Lakeisha Gardner-Thomas, and you're like, where are my keys? I don't know where my keys are. And then you go, all right, I'm not going to worry about it. I have an extra set. I'm going to grab those. I got to go. And then you come back in the house, and then maybe you open up the bathroom door, and then you realize you had them right there on the counter because right before you left, you decided, I got to go to the bathroom. Let me put the keys down. And you forgot. and now you find them instantly. You weren't trying. So when you're not trying to find something, and when you're not trying to look for opportunities, and you're allowing opportunities to come, great things come to you. So you haven't missed anything, baby. So keep moving forward, and don't try too hard. Thank you for your question. Who else do we have?
Oh, this one's a doozy. This one's Marie Sandra Joseph. She's really stressed out and at her breaking point. She hasn't found a place to stay yet, and her marriage seems to be a wreck. She really needs a message and some help. Will things get better for her?
All right. So, yes, they're going to get better. This is a year of expansion. Marie Sandra Joseph. And I know that we are in a tough spot with a roof over our head. We are concerned. We are worried. And we're in a precarious state, Spirit tells me. Financially stretched. And in a place in your life that I get from Spirit you never imagined you would be. And Marie Sandra Joseph, you're actually feeling like you feel broken. You're not going to be broken. You feel broken. And this breakdown, this rebirth will not define you by its measurements of lack or bad experiences. It will define you by the greatness and the courage that you will have and the creativity you have to find new opportunities. I feel like we're looking for our new place. Our new place has not come. We haven't been able to line up with the affordability and such. When I move you forward, I look at it and I say this: allow these next 5 days to unfold. And then with this new fresh energy that I'm seeing that really kicks forward on the 22nd of January. I don't know what's making me say that, other than the 22nd of January is going to usher in for you, Marie Sandra Joseph, a new sense of energy. That 1/2/20 date begins to shift and opens up an opportunity, so you're at the right place at the right time. Maybe not necessarily on that exact day, but that's when the energy shifts around you. And I feel like you build the momentum. And in a perfect world, in the next 3 weeks, we have a place lined up. Maybe we're not moved in, but we know where we're going and we know we're okay. We, all in the group, I want to ask you all to hold the space for Marie Joseph, because she is going through, like many of us here on the feed, going through a tough time. Let's envision her finding a perfect little spot and the marriage dissolving with all the peace and love that is necessary for a smooth departure, so that you can have your new life, Marie Joseph. Hang on there, honey. It's going to be okay. Thank you so much for your question, and we are going to hold the space for you and say a prayer for you. Thank you. Who else do we have?
While I pull up that question, I just want to say that's just one of the cool parts about our feed and our little community is you're always going to have some kind of support here and a whole bunch of people holding light. And even if you just listen and don't comment and just listen,
Yes.
and just holding that light really supports people in the energy of whatever they
Absolutely.
want to create here.
Absolutely. We've got some really good vibes coming from everyone. You know, I'm a big proponent of keeping a lot of things within yourself, because you need to know your audience, you need to know your tribe, you need to really discern where you are and who's holding space for you. Not everyone's on the same frequency. And in the Bible it says, let your desires be spoken only unto the Lord. And I quote that because God in his infinite wisdom sees everything in its perfected, unconditional love state. Even if there's a little bump in the road, God sees it as perfect, because there's a higher plan, a bigger picture, a continuum of time that is important. And I really feel that here in this space, we're holding as sacred a spot as we can for everyone. I know I can speak for myself and Helena, some of my students who are on this feed with us, who have studied with me in my apprentice program and taken my classes. You know, we know what it's like to hold the vision. We know what it's like to feel like the world is against us, which is, again, an illusion. But we've all had that feeling like, oh my God, I can't get a break. Like, we've all experienced these things. And learning to shift from that experience and then hold ourselves in a different light so that we don't slip back into that conditioned belief is, well, it's a skill, and it becomes a discipline. And the more you practice it, the easier it becomes, and the less it feels like you're working at it. You just feel the slip, and then you move yourself forward. and you just don't let yourself completely fall. You just feel you're losing your footing, and you just redirect your thoughts and your energy. And we've become very good at supporting each other here in the group, and very good at holding a positive light. And I know many of you, like I'm seeing Lisa Schneider, she's saying, I've always tried to be a positive person and give love and light to everyone around me. So we try to hold that space. And then even if you try to hold that space, life happens, right? Something happens. You're like, oh my God, I'm such a happy person. I'm such a positive person. Why is this happening to me? Because life happens. And not everything is a direct cumulative result of your cause and effect individually. It's a collective energetic blueprint. Sometimes you say, but I'm thinking positive things. Why would I attract from the law of attraction a negative experience? There's many things we've got accumulated in our energy that is built up over time, and it has a lifeline and experience of its own, and some things just have to filter out. Just because we now have learned how to direct our thoughts and create a law of attraction moment and direct things to come in our way, we still have patterns that haven't quite left our energetic frequency, and we're learning how to let those things go. So, it's interesting. This morning I was watching, or listening, I should say, to Abraham Hicks, and there's a really great YouTube video that Abraham Hicks did on tragedy, and it was talking about, why would a child die? Why do people exit life in such a horrific manner? And Abraham was talking about there's a bigger picture, and because the soul has a story and a continuum, and the soul is eternal, it's really not quite as horrific as we as humans are interpreting it as onlookers. So there's a bigger picture and a bigger plan. It was so beautifully put. If you get a chance, take a listen to it. It was Abraham Hicks on tragedy. I think if you Google Abraham Hicks tragedy, it should come up. Someone asked a very poignant, important question, and it was very informative for me this morning. And it was a good sense of relief as we're seeing so much go on in the world. We have our friends in Australia. We've got the earthquakes in Puerto Rico. We just so much going on in the world, and just everyone in a state of uproar and angst. And we're seeing this energy. That's what's going on in the Middle East. There's so much. So how do we justify what's going on and believe that there is a God, that source is there, and an all-loving, benevolent, unconditional being who is overlooking all this? And there's a bigger picture to it all. So I found it a little helpful to kind of appease some of the disruption and the unease that's out in the world, and that is being kind of mirrored back onto us in all of our media feeds. Well, that's my 2 cents on that, Helena.
I sparked a something.
You sparked a something. Oh my God, as long as I'm not saying myself going here. Okay, what have we got here?
Next, we're going to Didi Emerald. She's asking, when is the money coming to me?
Show me the money. Well, Didi, I got to tell you that you're actually redefining yourself. This is a year where you're going to step into a real soul dive, redesigning yourself a bit, your meaning, how you work, what you do for work. I know you're not going to leave your business, but I feel like you're going to recalibrate how you work. You're going to design a different way. There's a more fulfilling way for you to do it. I know you love what you do. When is the money coming? It is coming, and I feel like you've been at a hold up for the past 4 months. Like maybe you're waiting for some contract or something to come to be, and things have been held up. But I feel as if once February begins to unfold, they give me that February 14th, 15th time, you build momentum, and then I feel like money feels plentiful once the April time begins to open up for you. So Didi, the universe is showing you the money. You believe that you see it as fast as you can, and it is going to come, and things are going to move forward. And whatever's been stuck these past few months is going to start to loosen up and begin its momentum and movement. Thank you, Didi Amaral, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
So I want to go to, let's see here. I want to go to Lisa Snyder. She says, I have always tried to be a positive person and give love and light to people all around me. My fiance and I seem to fight weekly ever since I lost my job, and the burden is on him. I've applied for many jobs and nothing yet. Do you see anything improving in my financial situation soon?
That's a great question. And finances do create quite a bit of stress So that can definitely rock the boat, and it brings up a lot of unresolved issues of lack for both of you. So take a look at that. And yes, I do feel as if work is coming. This is you need the break though. I know your budget and your checkbook don't want to hear that, but you need a break, Lisa Snyder. You needed to have a little downtime. You need to have this respite, and you will survive. You will pass through this. They give me the number 3, so I don't want to say it's going to be 3 months, but I feel like you will be feeling whole in the next 3 months. I do know you've got about at least another 3 weeks of this search before some of the action really starts to get off the ground. I do believe that this is part of a lot of the holiday momentum and the distraction of the coming into the new year. But when I bring you into the month of February, February 1st is the kind of marker they give me. I feel like now we start to get some feedback, some action, some connections, and you get to hear back from the people. Because not everyone's even back. They might have said we're looking for help, but not everybody's back in session for work to the complete degree that they would have been, because they're all kind of tweetering coming back in from the holiday. I will tell you, Mercury will go retrograde in the middle of February into towards the beginning into mid-March, so we've got that block of time. So we want to quickly slip in before Mercury retrograde, or we want to start something after Mercury retrograde. So they give me the number 3, 3 weeks, 3 months, the 3-month March. That's what they give me, the number 3. I'm going to hold with what they give me. In the meantime, just trust the universe has your back, and just tell your fiance, I appreciate you, I appreciate all you're doing, and we're going to trust the process together, and I do everything I can to support you in your keeping us whole until I can resolve this work environment. And ideally, you're going to find a better job with even more money. So I don't want you to come from a place of desperation or lack. Whenever we're in a place of loss, when we don't have a job, we tend to get desperate. We are in a place of abundance, and you are the magnet drawing forth to you a magnificent job that you get to go to with joy, ease, and grace, and it is abundant beyond measure. And so it is, Lisa Snyder. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Gianna Sanchez. She's recently been dating someone that she knew as a friend in the past, and is this a good match?
So let's take a look. First of all, I love the numbers around the birthdays here, Gianna. I'm just absolutely loving that. For you, you're closing out some really heavy energy that's been weighing you down for the past 3 years. So for you, it's a formidable, pivotal time for you. So I love that as well. And this person you're dating should have went through kind of a bumpy time through the tail end of 2018 into 2019. So when I move you into the energy of 2020 with him, he's really ready for a new beginning, a fresh start. He's really moving himself forward. It is a good match to explore. You are 2 different people, so we're going to have to manage personality differences and make sure that we can communicate effectively, and that emotions aren't running so high that we don't hear or feel what the other person is experiencing, because we're in an emotional state. But I like the person, I like their feeling and their vibe, and as long as you understand their silence or quiet mode or mood that they get in, that it's not personal, you two should be able to overcome some of the personality differences I see. So enjoy this experience. You are in each other's life for a reason. So let's see where this one takes you, my dear. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next, I wanted to go to Merja Ann. She's asking, what about my work? Is there changes to come, and is it good for me? I believe she's over in Sweden, if I'm not mistaken.
So Merja's in Sweden, so let's see what we've got here. So first thing they make me aware of is, wow, this year is a very creative year. It's a year for you to tap into your creativity. And I feel like there are shifting powers and people at the top that is kind of shifting the jobs and the roles that people have in your job. Is it a good shift for you? It can be. I'm going to say it's going to depend who ends up being a direct report or a direct connect for you, because you want someone who's going to empower you to use your creative skills and your essence that you bring to the job. You are so organized and direct and connected, and you have this nice overview of creativity and how you work, that we want someone who's going to honor that. I don't see a work change for you as far as you leaving the job, so it will work out well for you. I feel like there's a new skill set or a new activity that you add to your resume, and this is going to make it really powerful for you when you go into whatever you do next, whether it's a new role in this company and you move on from there, or it builds your resume so that you can find change. But for right now, you ride this experience and enjoy it, and just pay attention to who changes in the direction of the hierarchy, because that hierarchy will determine kind of who, they have a little political favorites that they will play. You, as long as you're with someone who's going to appreciate you for who you are and what you bring to the table, you're going to do well there in those changes. Thank you so much, Marjay Ann. Thank you for your Facebook question. Who else do we have?
Next I have Kimberly Griffiths. And
Yes.
Kimberly is asking about her spiritual growth as she's now learning crystal reflexology.
Perfect, Kimberly. That's a great tool to have. And one of our students, one of my apprentices, actually practices reflexology, is a reflexologist, and does it here at the center. So it's very good to have that skill set, and it aligns you with energy. This is also going to tune you into Mother Earth, the energy of the angels, and is going to allow you to align with the crystals and the power and the healing properties that they have. It also will be a key differentiator in how you position yourself in the marketplace as you begin to move forward. So continue to learn this. It's going to be important for you to just broaden outside of reflexology and go to other modalities of healing, so that you become very versatile in several modalities of healing, which will attract multiple levels of client base and connections for people. This is going to be, as I look at this energy, let me take a look here to see what we got here. So we've got, this is going to take you into 2022, this whole process of spiritual transformation. This year you're letting go of old beliefs, things that no longer serve you, people, experiences. You may actually move towards the end of the year. It's an important time for change. So welcome the change, embrace the change, and get ready to let things go. Thank you so much, Kimberly Griffith, for following the show and being a part of our Facebook feed. How's everybody doing here? I do hope that you're going to share the page for us. And if we are of any service to you here on this Facebook feed, we come on our centers close on our day off, and we'd like to share with all of you. We'll put a link if you'd like to donate towards the cause of what we do together, Helena, myself, and the people who support us in the back end of making this show possible. We would love to have you donate and just help us continue to help you with ease and grace. Who else do we have?
Next we have a Sunday Funday newbie, Garris Aaron.
Hi, Garris. How are you?
Asking, what do you see coming for me for the rest of January into the beginning of February? Stressing over something that they're waiting for and just need some insight.
Okay. Stress not, but kind of hard to say, because you do tend to spend, Garris, a lot of time in your head. I also see there's a lot of financial shifts coming for you in 2020 as a whole. So you are going to, let me see here, coming for me in the rest of January into the beginning of February. They're talking to me about finances. So I see that there's going to be a financial shift that comes for you. And I don't know what this document is, but they seem to be making me feel like there's something official, some document, information, or something that's around you. It seems to be a legal paper that kind of drops something on the table. I don't know if it's a contract, a legal document. You are going to be fine. Please don't stress over this, because this stressing is going to kind of push away the outcome that you desire here, Garris Aaron. And I also want to let you know that you have a powerful, powerful new beginning of personal power that you're stepping into for this year. And I feel as if the end of 2018 into 2019, so about a year or 14 months ago, was uncomfortable for you, and that you went through a lot of changes. And now you're coming back to being, the word they give me is whole. You're coming back to your wholeness, your oneness. And I don't just mean that in a spiritual term, I mean that in a whole life term. So Gareth, Aaron, this is going to be positive is how I feel. Just move forward and just give me some insight. If there's a legal document associated with that, drop us a comment in the feed. Love to hear back from you. Any further guidance, because this seems to be a private matter as well. Just hit me up on a message in Facebook. Thank you so much. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Annie Johnson. She's asking, how can I balance my work and home life? I'm a life path 9 and my health is suffering right now. And she's in Sweden as well.
Okay, so, and do we have her birthday there, right? Okay, there are 10/7, got it, okay. So interestingly enough here, your health is suffering, but you are meant to have a great expansion, and this is going to be expansion of healing and expansion of finances as well. So you will find some balance. You can balance your work by making sure that every day you set aside 15 minutes to just be. And I'm not saying you have to do anything. Just be. Go sit in the car, go be outside, go breathe. I don't care if you have to lock yourself in a room. Just sit and be and still your mind. It's really more your mind that has been ongoing, continual, and it's really important that you can still that, because it's like a car that's caught in a snowbank and they're spinning their wheels. They're not going to get there. All it does is dig deeper into the snow and forms that like warm, wet ice, and then the wheels begin to spin. When your mind begins to take off, it's like wheels spinning in a snowbank, and you're not getting traction for the momentum that you need. Your breath of life, your relaxation, your peace of mind is what's going to give you the traction necessary. I will say this, that if you can take the time to do a few mantras, Namah Shivaya, I bow to my inner self, would be powerful for you. Namah Shivaya. You can find some mantras on YouTube for Namah Shivaya. Just begin to say that. I've been known to say it in times of stress, when I remember that my higher self knows the answer and I don't need to figure everything out. Does it sound familiar, my dear? I think you try to figure everything out. Your health will be on the mend. I feel as if in April you start to have a turnaround in the health. I see a lot of imbalances and inflammation in the physical body. So I want you to change some things in the diet as well. Work with your medical practitioner and get some energy work to help you as well. Thank you so much, Annie Johnson, for your Facebook question. Who else do we have here?
Next, I want to go to Tiara. She's wondering, will things get better for her and the family? She's going through a lot in life and hoping that things get better.
Ay, 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 it's been an interesting time for you. Oh, Jesus. Tiara Mari Spady Hill. That's a mouthful. Lord. Girl, there's some drama going down. And I feel like everyone's on different sides and things are split. Like people are split. It's like a family stuff going on. We also have, there's someone ill in the family as well. Someone in the family is ill. This is another cause for concern. So there's a lot, there's a lot going on in the family. I want you to know this, that the angels want you to know that Archangel Michael is there to protect you and to help you discern the truth from the illusion. Things will get better. I actually feel as if this year for you personally, it's going to be good for you. You're going to make some advancement. It's just that you're spread too thin, the finances aren't right, there's family concerns, people aren't talking. So there's really just a lot of drama. You have to begin to extract yourself from as much of the drama that you can so that it's not pulling you from your creative process. You're very strong-willed. actually very balanced, and there's a good opportunity. I don't know why, Tiara, they're making me feel like there might be a class or something you want to take, or you're thinking of going back to take. The Spirit makes me feel like if any continued study you would do, it would be good for you to revisit that and complete something. There's something you want to complete or add in addition to make who you are in the marketplace be more complete. So go back and finish or begin what you need to begin next. When things start to die down, I will give you the next 2 months of just kind of picking through the madness a bit. And I feel as if there's some word about finances increasing coming to you soon. Thank you, Tiara. Thank you for asking a question here on our Facebook feed. Thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Andrea Luz Maldonado Fajardo. Whole name, okay. She's feeling loneliness, asking about love, any changes for 2020.
Long ago, and oh so far away, I fell in love with you before the second show. Your guitar, it sounds so sweet and clear, but you're not really here. It's just the radio. Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said you'd be coming back this way again, baby. Baby, 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 oh, baby, I love you. I really do.
Andrea, you got a lot that you're holding on to. And you have to let things go to attract what you want. There is love coming, but there's a hurt, there's a disappointment, there's a disconnect, honey, that's not letting you move forward to what you want. And when I look at this energy, I can tell you that in 2021, there is a relationship. So we have to get through this feeling, this emotion, this despair, this not good enough, this not worthiness, all these feelings that I'm feeling around you, so that love will come to you. And it doesn't mean you're going to wait till 2021. It's just at that point things are solid in relationships. So doing the work, honoring self, knowing that you're worthy, and whatever this past hurt is, I want you to just really love yourself for who you are, as you are now. Love the experience for what it was, when it was good, and whatever's left as residue, let it go. Forgive yourself. Forgive the person or the people associated with that experience. I mean, I haven't heard that song that sang in my head in a long time, but I had to bring it out to you because I feel like there's an idea of love, or an illusion of love, or a feeling of a past love that's not allowing you to move forward. I hope that makes sense to you. It's like you're remembering something someone told you, and now you're feeling the emptiness without it. And so, first of all, I want you to remember you love yourself. I think Karen Carpenter did that song, right?
Tony said Leon Russell.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
There probably was a cover, though.
Probably was a Karen Carpenter cover. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that, and I think everyone who's ever been in love, let's think about those words. Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? You said you'd be back this way again, baby. And then they don't come. So that emptiness is where you're choosing to reside. And if that's all you have, I can understand why you would feel that way. Well, we want to draw our attention away from that feeling and bring it to the feeling of what it would feel like to have someone as yours. And I don't mean to own them, I mean to experience them. It's coming. We have some healing work to do. I hope you work with me on some healing, soul integration, energetic rejuvenation. It'd be really good, Andrea, if you can do some healing work. This will be very powerful for you in letting go of some old memories, and the word they gave me is trauma, actually. So we want to let that go. Okay, here we go.
That song's a jam, though. Tony said the guy was the writer and Karen Carpenter sang it.
Guys, yeah. I thought I was hearing Karen Carpenter in my head. I was like, oh, I'm channeling Karen Carpenter. Come on down, honey. Join. Let's have a sing along. Come on, Karen.
We should do that one day.
You know, it's interesting when I heard about being in the flow. Spirit will do anything they can so that you can access the memories of the connection of God, and often they use music as being in the flow. And so I always know when I'm in this very unique flow when I start to feel the energy of music coming through me. It's a different level of connectivity for me. It's actually, when I start singing to all of you, I'm on a higher level than even when I'm connecting and channeling your loved ones on the other side. It's higher than that for me. It's like as close to the angels and the ascended master teachers as I can get without hanging with them. So when I start to break into music, that's got me at the highest frequency I can possibly be at. And it's interesting because Helena and I were talking about the different levels earlier, and you know, sometimes when I connect, how I feel where I'm hitting, and then things that maybe in life kind of can weigh down a connection, and so how you bypass some of that. We were having that conversation on spirit connection earlier, and that always takes me, whenever I break into music, that means I'm really high up there. I'm not high, I'm just high up there. Who else do we have, Helena?
Next, I want to go to Jimmy Sanders. Jimmy's asking, do you see a major financial change for me and my family anytime soon?
Oh, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, here, Jimmy, we're going to let you snow down with some money. And 2016, I don't know if there was a job change or a little bump, but I feel like we've been recovering from something in 2016, and I do feel financial change. You use the word major. I don't know that I will use the word major, and you're going to be like, but SarahSpiritual, I need a major change. I can't do with a minor change. I can't do with a 50-cent change. Jimmy, I want to point you to a shift in work and career that generates new opportunities. So perhaps what you currently do only has this much leverage, this much window of financial windfall and abundance. So I want you to step out of the box, Jimmy, because I feel as if financial change can and will come for you. They give me the June month as a marker, but I feel like there's been a talk of something else you might do, or something else someone you and your family might do, that will kind of shift the design of the financial flow. We need to shift the design. We need to remap it. We need to recalculate how the money comes and where it goes. We need to make that shift. But obviously we need more money coming in. So they take me to the month of June. Obviously it's not going to be snowing in June, but we're going to let the universe shower you with unexpected money. And I will give you a mantra, Jimmy, to help you attract something different for yourself financially, for you and your family. In the moment of now, I am the magnet attracting abundance beyond measure. All my needs and desires are met with ease and grace. I am the magnet, the point of attraction that is inspiring myself to feel and recognize new opportunities to generate abundance and financial wealth. I am open and receptive to multiple streams of abundance to come my way. I am the spirit attracting energy that is tied to the universal flow of undivided, unblocked, uninterrupted abundance. This is a moment where you have this opportunity to shift, Jimmy. So move yourself forward, be open. You know, we all think we have to go to work and move ourselves forward and do our job, and that's all we got. And we have to be open and say, I can see money coming to me through this way. I can see money coming through to me this way. And some people will say, but Sarah, I don't have time for another job. I can't do this. Then ask the universe to surprise you with unexpected money. It can happen. And I don't mean it can happen. I mean it will happen. It will happen. But you have to viscerally feel that there's an opportunity for additional money to come for you. You could get someone that you work with say, hey, I need your help with something. Can you do this with me? It pays this much. And suddenly there's money coming to you. You could be standing in that gas station, decide you don't want to swipe your card on the outside gas pump because you don't want to risk your card getting swiped and stolen. So you go inside and you pay at the cashier like sometimes they advise you to do, and you go in, and as you're waiting your turn, you look up and you see number 24, scratch off. This is for my gas, and I'll take one of those. Swipe your card, you go to your car, you pump your gas, you scratch it in the car, you scratch, oh, okay, those are my symbols. Start to scratch. Well, one of the prizes is $1,000. And you scratch, that's my symbol. And you win $1,000. You have to be open for other opportunities of abundance to come your way. I am open to abundance coming to me from multiple streams, and so it is. So yes, Jimmy Sanders, I do see a switch coming for you. Just be open and receptive for that. Your definition of soon is ASAP, and I know we need it ASAP, but I see things feeling really solid by June. So we want to be open for this change now. So begin to see it, envision it, and have it come. And I don't know who the person is in the family, but I'm seeing a health concern, lower back into leg. So I don't know who that is. If you give me some feedback on that, I can give you more information. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Brandy Trujillo. She's asking, is my family and I healing from our trauma? She's concerned for her family's well-being and security.
Yes. And a great deal of trauma happened throughout 2019 is how Spirit makes me feel, Brandy. So I do see healing for you and your family. I do trust that we have some trained professionals assisting you with this. And when I move you into this 2020 time, I feel as if there's, I don't know if there's talk of a move, but I feel like there's a different location that comes about for you. I feel as if we are in a safe zone. We are feeling secure is the word they give me. And there's, I'm going to use the word no contact or a complete disconnect. So just trust this process. Yes, there is healing. Ask Archangel Michael, the angel of protection, to be there with you and provide you with the healing that you need. Thank you so much for your Facebook question. How's everybody doing here? Speaking of healing, we're going to have to do some healing today.
We have quite a few new people, and there's somebody in the feed named Cody, and he said he was feeling kind of a little nervous about asking a question. And I responded back to him, and I was like, sometimes maybe we just need to sit back and listen to a message,
Yeah.
or sometimes we're also scared that we're going to hear something that maybe we don't want to hear, but maybe it's time we hear it.
Yes, and you know, that's a great point, Helena, to make. But what I've noticed is that Spirit, if you can't handle the truth, not that they don't tell you the truth, but they are careful how they present the truth, because the divine universal flow does not want to send you spiraling down. Everything's for your highest good, and it's to encourage your expansion, not your destruction. And sometimes that's why when people are pulling just from straight psychic energy, a lot of things are in your psychic vibratory pattern. But it's really important to go up to Spirit and see how Spirit wants this to be presented so that we can handle what we need to know and can help us grow and not derail us, because Spirit is very aware of that. We have any love questions going on here? We got some heavy energy going on here. I'm like, what's going on? We are all navigating some changes, and I appreciate that authenticity. I certainly do.
I think I got a love question in here. Let me see what.
Because you know, Helena, I got my love cards here.
Miss Charday wants to know about her love life and any financial advice.
Charday. Why do I want to sing Smooth Operator now? Sade, love is, this year is also really important for your career, Sade, for you to make some moves in your financial well-being in your career, making some connections and networking. And Sade, I feel like love is bringing you to a better understanding of what it is you actually want and not what you've been settling for. Ooh. So there's something in this love picture that makes me feel as if, Sade, you're not quite lined up with the right vibrational match experience, and we've been attracting quasi-suitors that aren't quite a good fit. I have my love cards here before me, and Sade, we're going to pick a card for you, and I'm being led to pick this one card. It's a beautiful card. And then the statement here in this card is, if you could do anything, Sade, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind, for the heart is the gateway to the soul. Didn't we just say that in the beginning of the show? Here we are, dropping down into your heart. If something doesn't make you feel exactly the way you want to feel, Sade, my love card says, do what your heart tells you, honey. Do what your heart tells you. Who else do we have? I love my little love cards.
I got more love for you.
Oh, we got love, love, love. Here's
Honey,
our
you
love
asked
cards.
for love.
I asked for love. Bring it on. Bring it on.
So we got Miss Elizabeth Lyles. She's asking if she wanted to know if she should reconcile with her husband.
Oh, Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elizabeth. I don't have your husband's birthday,
It's
but
on this side of the screen.
Okay,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, your husband's going through a major change, a little major breakdown, actually. Elizabeth, for you are in this wonderful place of connections, community, and social life, and there's reasons why we separated. Take a good look at those reasons why you separated. Going back does not necessarily feel like it is the right choice for you at this time. There's some networking, community connections that you want to experience this year. Co-parenting will be best for you through the major part of this year before you give any thought and consideration to reconcile. I cannot tell you what to do. I cannot guide you to tell you the exact move to make, but Spirit is strongly encouraging you to get out and commune with others, network, build your community so that you can socialize and connect for purposes of business, for purposes of expansion of yourself, and then we never know what's going to happen next. I'm picking up a love card for you. Ooh. You ready? Passion. A magnetic, seductive quality surrounds you at the present. So you can attract some really good passion here. So give some thought as to why we might want to go backwards, because co-parenting sounds like a nice, good plan for you. Who else do we have, Helena?
I got one more love to throw at you. Miss Joy Christina Wright. She'd love an energy update. Something about for the next 2 months for herself and love.
Joy Christina Wright. I can't make you love me if you don't. I can't make your heart feel something it won't. Here in the dark, in these final hours. Christina, Joy Christina Wright. I see here for you. Interesting. It's a clean slate. Did you clean house? Clean house of people, clean house of experiences of your household, clean slate. It's so important for you to clean up old experiences, old energy. This is a powerful time for you. The next 2 months, actually since November of last year through March 31st, you are recalibrating your own personal energy and love energy. After your birthday, you have a deeper, more passionate understanding for love, the meaning of love, and what you want your love experience to be. And I'm going to pick a card for you from my love deck, and it says, when it comes to matters of the heart, dear Joy Christina Wright, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Drop in your heart, follow your heart. I see an amazing energy of love around you by the end of March. Something that's like a culmination or a recognition of love. So I feel like there's a strong love connection. So honor that and follow that through, my dear. Recalibrating energy to the end of March. Thank you so much for your love and energy question. Who else do we have?
I want to go to Catherine Denise Haley. She has a concern about her daughter. She hasn't heard from her in about 3 or 4 months. She can hardly sleep, and she's praying that all is well. Is there anything you can share about her daughter?
Catherine Denise Haley, I do feel your daughter is okay. I feel as if she's on a path of a bit of an illusion, some darkness, and she seems shut off. I feel like she's been emotionally shut off. There seems to be some divide, some misinformation around her, but I feel as if you will hear from her, and I'm not seeing a reason for you to lose sleep as far as her safety. I'm feeling as if she's just separate, and I feel like it has to do with the people she's with or has chosen to surround herself with. Their influence, sometimes when people are in the circle of different people, people try to kind of control them, keep them in a circle where they decide who they see, who they don't see. And I feel like there's that kind of environment around her, and she's kind of just chosen to stay in that path, and that's a least resistant path at this time. So, Catherine, I do feel like she will be okay, and we're going to hold a space that you will hear from her in the next few weeks. Thank you so much, Catherine, for that question. And we will hold a space that Archangel Michael keeps her protected and safe for the rest of her days, and that you will get that phone call that you know all is well. Thank you. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Phoenix Rose Wilder. She says, will I get approved for disability, and what is the best way to get out of this mental downward spiral?
Shifting where your thoughts are, I do feel like you need a little assistance, and I'm going to say counseling or connection with a medical professional. But I will say, Phoenix Rose Wilder, that when I look at this energy, I feel as if this next 3 months is going to be a time where you have to really focus and keep yourself busy with things. And I know when you don't feel well and mentally you're feeling exhausted, it's hard to keep going, but you want to focus on things you enjoy. Keep yourself in that flow for now. Disability is going to be a little tricky. I feel like there's a couple of obstacles in this promotion of this advancement in this disability, so we want to just keep being diligent. The more documentation you have, the better it's going to be. And I feel as if this could take a good part of the year, if not all year, for this disability to really get identified as valid, and for you to reap the rewards of someone supplementing you so that you are approved for disability. So it's going to be a little bit of an uphill climb for that as you're pushing up. I know that almost makes you feel as if you're going to spiral down, but remember that you're the conquering power of the divine source in motion. The authority of source that acts through you will command divine justice and ask for the angels to bring you the divine health and peace of mind that you need. Thank you so much. Who else do we have here?
I want to go to Brianna Jane. Brianna Jane started working on a project after a 7-year hiatus, but not sure if it's just a passion or if it could turn into more.
I feel it can definitely turn into more. I feel as if it was a necessity, that break, and it can turn into more and inspire you to do other things as well. So enjoy this process. The way I see it playing out for you is that the community and networking action that you will take in the months of April, May, June, the connections you make between now and then, in April, May, June, those connections are going to move you forward, and you're going to transform your connections into opportunities. You'll build more opportunities from this project that you're working on, and it will really actually kind of snowball into something more. And I get the sense that you can have a version of it acting as a solid flow of income for yourself. So I do feel, Brianna Jane, that it's something that can work out for you, and for you to live in the moment of now and just trust and allow it to flow and let the river of opportunity take you where it's going to take you next. All right? Thank you so much for your Facebook question.
Next, I want to go to Stephen Simmons, who says they're a Leo, and asking, will big change come to my family this year?
Well, Mr. Leo, big changes are coming for you, and you're being asked to step up to the plate and really identify your purpose, your passion, and who you are. And I see for you, Mr. Leo, some recognition, Stephen. I'm seeing a little bit more of the forefront, something coming up in front of you that kind of puts you on a platform, kind of puts you in a place where you're feeling like you're getting recognition for a job well done. When I look at this energy, it's about the creative process with you. And this year is an inspiring, creative time for you to sow your seeds of greatness so that over the next 2 years, you hit a new level. So yes, I do see a big change coming for you. And I feel a positive move coming. I feel financial wealth coming for you, a growth coming for you. And there is a possibility, Stephen Simmons, of a move coming in the month of June, July. So somewhere in that time you may feel compelled or have an opportunity to move. So enjoy that move as well. Thank you, Stephen Simmons, for joining us here on our Facebook feed. How's everyone doing here? We're doing good in this feed here tonight, Helena?
It looks like it. We got everyone supporting each other, sending some love and light, and sending messages to everybody. I'm kind of really getting more communal up in here. All this 2020 love.
That's good. We got love here. Love, love, love. Get lots of love around here. All right, let's grab another question.
I want to go to, here we go. Miss Lakeisha Cameron. She says she sees her feet getting black. Is this okay? Is something going on?
You know, that's a great question. So we've got a little extra pigmentation going on in the feet, and I'm feeling as if it had to. I'm not a doctor, so I cannot diagnose you, but I feel as if it's just a real big buildup of pigmentation and this discoloration. When I look at this energy, I also made to feel as if your spiritual energy is out of sorts. So I'm going to suggest that you do some spiritual bathing, some spiritual cleaning and clearing of your environment, of yourself, and that you work with a reflexologist, a podiatrist. We really want to work on the energy in the feet. And I feel as if there's some blockages, almost as if your energy got blocked in your grounding and you're not able to ground yourself and get your bearings, and you can't quite move forward in the way you want in life. And it's starting to manifest in the physicality of the body and the coloration of your feet. So I would check it out with your primary care physician, but I'm led to feel as if reflexology, acupuncture, someone who specializes in podiatry will be of some assistance to you. Could be something in dermatology, but I feel like it's a block in energy. So I'm first led to offer for you to soak your feet in or take a bath in some lemon juice with some Epsom salts or lemon essential oils, rosemary essential oils, and Epsom salts. These are things that will start to pull out some of the toxicity in the body, and let's see if we can get a shift in that. Thank you so much, Lakeisha Cameron, for that Facebook question. Very, very interesting question. Thank you for that. Who else do we have?
Next, I want to go to Oh, here we go. Miss Patsy Gilmore.
Patsy Gilmore.
She says, hello, 2020. Do you see anything good coming in my life?
Hello, baby, hello. Okay, we've got 2020, and here we go. Well, let me tell you, my dear, that interesting. This is Patsy Gilmore, the year when you kind of run around, go, I am woman, hear me roaring, numbers too big to ignore. It's your personal time to embrace your power, your truth, and to make choices that are good for you and not make choices that are just geared on what you have to do to accommodate everybody else. It is a time for you to step into your personal power, to embrace the changes you want to make, and for you to do it because you want to, you're ready, you're open, you're receptive. So I say to you, hello 2020, let's go, because it's time for you to go and move forward. Thank you, Patsy Gilmore, for your Facebook question. Well, we're going to get ready to wind down here. I want to thank everyone for joining us here on our Facebook feed. I really would love to see you on Wednesday night, of course, here live on Facebook. But if you're local to West Palm Beach, it would be so great to see you here at the center. Pop in. The show is from 6 to 8 p.m. Love to have you. We would like to know that you're coming. This way we make sure we have some chairs out for everyone who wants to participate in the show. We will be answering live audience questions. You won't be on camera if you don't want to. Live at the center in the audience and ask your questions. So join us Wednesday night, 6 to 8 p.m. Of course, we'll have some raffles, give away some prizes. We'll try to make it as fun as possible. It is our 2020 celebration. We've been on national radio over 10 and a half years. This 2020 represents 11 years on national radio. And so we want to welcome you to this 2020 kickoff and celebrate with all of you, because our show is always and always will be all about you, your growth, your expansion, your questions, and each one of your questions, well, you're as if you're the radio host, asking a question and inspiring others with the answers that you get by your question you ask, the answer you receive. Everyone gets some guidance along the way. So I say bravo to all of you for all the work that you've done to create this vibe of authenticity and truth and vulnerability and allow yourself to grow. It's going to be a great 2020 as we journey on this new life and this new path, this new decade. We're celebrating a new decade. So take a good look at what no longer serves you. Let's use the rest of the energy of this weekend through Monday to let go of things. The train is at the station. If you've got a heavy suitcase and you got rocks in there, leave it on the station. We'll pick up another suitcase along the way, fill it with some sunshine and light. But we got to go. We've got to ride 2020. It's our time. I'm so glad that we're journeying together, and I'm so happy to say that I know all of you. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Happy New Year. God bless you. Happy 2020, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
Shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light, there's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. It is the answer now, and we can see love grow. There's a light, there's a light that shines inside